running Rayman on the Atari Jaguar. Let's go.
All right, let's get right into it. Can we get a countdown?
1, go.
All right, welcome to Rayman Atari Jaguar. My name is Thextera, and on me on the couch is Cody Nando.
Hey there, guys. And I just have a little thing to say in the beginning. If Thex manages to play the whole game without any unintentional death, I will donate 50 euros. And if he doesn't manage it, I will still donate something. So don't worry about that.
Don't spoil it. Yeah, I will kind of point out all the intentional deaths then, so you guys can know. Some of them might not seem unintentional or intentional. All right, this is the first actual Rayman game that ever came out. It came out before any other version. There's a lot of differences as well between the versions. For example, there is no slippery physics in this version. There is pretty much no skips in this version.
And yeah, the levels have been changed slightly, especially in the ice levels like Bongo Hills and so on. It has been changed a little bit, so to kind of like adapt like the way you play the game to not having ice physics in some ways, so yeah. And there are certain speed strats that are not possible in this version due to the lack of ice physics, for example. And yeah, like as Fax already pointed out, the main difference is kind of like, except of the ice physics, is like that you don't really have skips in this game. So, you have skips but not clips. So yeah, there we go.
For the cage locations, it is very much like PlayStation 1. Except for 2 of them, which are different. Basically, one coming up in a little bit, a few levels from now. There is actually a cage, normally in a screen that doesn't exist in this version, so they put it somewhere else, for example. And then there is one more that is just in a different place, in a really late level. It's called Ida Joe's. Alright, coming up, the first boss fight. Kinda the same as all the other versions, really, how you do it. But he does have different, well, I guess you can call it cycles. Well, if you hit him, he goes off screen, and then he comes from a certain part, which is different than the other versions. So the first hit, it's the same. But then he comes from the left, so it's actually fastest to just hit him as soon as we can.
And the next difference you're gonna see is the next screen, which is actually just normal auto-scroller without different like kind of scrolling speeds that you have in versions like the PS1 version and so on. So that's gonna be a little bit different to what you may have seen already.
Yeah, this one is really cool actually. You'll see in a little bit. We're not just gonna ride him. We can actually
with him.
some hits, which is really cool.
So yeah, except instead of using your fist here, you just shoot balls.
Shoot.
Lightning balls or...
Nah, it's fists.
Or fists.
Balls.
Like not lightning bolts. That's it.
Okay.
There we go.
Nah, it's fists. Also in this version, which is the only one, if you get hit, you actually lose your fist power-up. It's pretty interesting, actually. Although the fist color doesn't change here. You can pick up a gold fist in this game, but it doesn't change right here. But yeah, if we pick up a gold fist and we get hit, you actually lose your fist power-up. So we would have gotten a white fist again, which is different in the other versions, where you only lose it when you die, but here also when you get hit. I think they just had it in and then realized that it was way too powerful, and then they removed it in the other versions, since this version came out first. Alright, there is also a few things, which is the blue things located here. And they are actually forming some numbers. And if you enter these numbers, you go to the breakout minigame. If you do that on the main menu here. Also, this ensign, we just go through it, because why not?
Yeah, and you also kind of like go through sprites and terrains that are also on the screen, which you can't really do in other versions. I think at none of the screens.
Yeah, you can also hit your fists through blue spikes. Also, I just hung. Hanging in this game works very weirdly compared to the other versions. There is actually one part where we have to hang twice in a row. And hopefully I'm not gonna die there, because it's easy to die there.
Well, it would be good for charity.
Yeah, I guess. Alright, so on these cutscenes we just hold B. I had to look what it was called. But yeah, also in the games you can do a grimace, which is only useful on the big living stones, which are like the long enemies in the next screen. But in this version you can actually do it in the whole game. In the other games, as soon as you get the running ability, which happens like 40 minutes into the run, in the other versions, your grimace gets replaced by the running ability. But on this version, it's a completely different button. So you can keep doing it. It's actually the option button that does it. But yeah, for this screen, our running key actually gets replaced by this plant seed one. Although we can't run yet until 40 minutes in, but it's the same button as run at least. But this is the only screen in the game where you can plant these seeds. It's actually weird because you can enter displays as well when you have the running ability, and it's a bit weird then to have both buttons on the same key. But yeah, I don't know why I picked up that live, but all right.
Well, normally you should do it with, or like, I think the lives you already have and gain on the way are already enough, right?
What?
The lives that you get on the way, I think, should be enough already, so...
Well, if you first start running this game, you will die a lot, so it's better to get a lot of lives. Even if you've speedrun this game, it's gonna be hard to beat this game. This is like the hardest casual Rayman game. Also, if I punch a plum in the water, there is actually a few frames where the plum is underwater, and if you jump on it, you jump in the water and you die. Also, there is some lag in this game. You just saw it right there. It actually doesn't happen that much, though, in this game. I expected it to be worse, but it's really not that bad.
Yeah, but it's still kind of weird considering that the game is on a cartridge, so...
Yeah, I guess that's true. All right. You know, on this plum part, we actually move really fast, but I know when the flower is gonna come, like right now. If you don't know when the flower is gonna come, then you're probably gonna jump too late. Although, also there's a bit of lag here. Okay. Yeah, you also jump way higher in this version, and you can actually abuse that for some tricks, which are coming up later into the game.
So, for example, one version difference that we have here on the screen for that cage is that on the PlayStation 1 version, you normally drop down and use the vines to get like a slight speed boost, and yeah, jump using the vines.
Yeah,
that's
vine boosting.
Like, yeah, exactly. So
but
that's faster.
not possible in this version, because if, like in the PS1 version, for example, if you jump and you start holding the jump button again just before you grab the vine, you actually jump off on the first frame, but on this one you don't. Also, we have to take this part a little bit slower because we can't just leave the plum going. It's impossible to do it then. Also, these things we actually need to go back to the left because they drop down way faster. Also, clouds that are moving upwards also move up way faster. So I think it has something to do with that. Another one right here. All right. Like, a cool thing as well here is like these hunters that are coming up. In the other versions, they actually have a few frames where you cannot hit them. And yeah, and in this version you can just spam hit them like mad. Like, I can just hit them whenever I want. Yeah, like even when they're charging up their fist. Yeah,
normally you have to wait till he puts his kind of like gun down there.
Yeah.
Till you can hit him, which is not the case in this version. So you don't have to wait all the cycles to just hit him and get going.
Yeah, you can literally just spam your punch. All right, in PS1 and stuff, there is a hard cycle here to get, but in this version, it's not. It's not hard at all. Like, the platforms always line up nicely.
And one thing, is it possible in this version as well to do like cycle manipulation by going back and reloading
Yeah,
the screen?
it doesn't really work here.
Another difference.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything, actually.
So-
Yeah, you can explain it.
So what you can do is go to a certain point up to the in the level, and when you turn around, the screen scrolls into the direction you're facing normally. And by doing that at certain points in the level, you can unload the already loaded objects in this part and reload them in a cycle that you want to have them.
Like for this plum, for example, we use it in the other versions, but it doesn't really work in this version. Pretty much, if you think something works, it probably doesn't work in this version. That's how you should think about it.
And the other way around.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we can just spam that hunter. We need to bring the plum back over. Alright, that was actually not that bad.
So yeah, in the PlayStation version, you can do like a trick while you're hitting the cage. So you can like go through the ground back up, so you don't have to walk on the platform and then up where the end sign is.
Yeah, but it's not possible in this.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah. Auto-scrollers are still in this game though, sadly. Here, these things actually drop faster as well. See, I even got hit. Jump punching in this game is actually pretty hard because the button layout is pretty bad to do that.
So for those who don't know Jaguar controller, it's like not put in like you have it in PlayStation or with the Xbox that you have like one key on top, two, one. In this case, with this controller, you just have them all in one single line, like
Yeah.
3 buttons. So you really have to stretch your thumb to be able to do
Oh.
that.
It's a really, really weird controller, but it's actually not that bad. Like, I've had some people saying, oh, it looks really weird, but it's really not that bad if they actually hold it. Like, it responds pretty well.
Well,
Some lag there.
the only good thing is that they didn't use the number keys for this game.
Yeah. Well, only to input the cheats or whatever, the breakout minigame as well.
It would have been horrible if you would have had to jump to the number keys for that.
Yeah.
to do, for example, running or so.
Cycles are a little bit different in this fight as well. I keep forgetting actually what is gonna happen. Okay. Also, there is some P-orbs as well in this fight, because if you first do this fight, like, I may make it look easy, but you're gonna need that P upgrade. But because as well, if you die, you actually only have 3 HP, and doing this fight with 3 HP is actually quite challenging.
Yeah, so in a way you can say this game is harder than other versions because it's like working completely different considering the physics than the others. But it's also a bit more forgiving considering stuff like this with boss fights, that you have like this P-orb to refill your health. So.
Yeah, and if he comes from the bottom left, you can barely see it because the health bars are actually blocking him, so you will probably get hit there as well.
So, and another strat, for example, for this mosquito is, on the PlayStation version at least, that you jump over him after his 5th hit to get a certain cycle, which makes it way faster to play, which I think doesn't exist in this version.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, it saves like 1 or 2 seconds in the other versions, but yeah, it's not in here. Alright, so the reason we actually went and completed the whole forest first is because right now, from Batilla the Fairy, we get the ringing grabbing ability. And we need that to actually get through some levels. Also in the PS1 version and stuff and the other versions, you can actually hold up or down swinging off these rings to maintain your speed, but it's not possible in this version either.
So ring
yeah.
boosting, basically.
Yeah. See, like, it's not possible here. Also, if you swing, Rayman turns along with the ring, like facing the ring every time, which is also pretty annoying. All right, Bongo Hills. No slippery physics.
Yay.
But we can do a little trick here at least, which is unintended. Can jump here, and then we can jump back up through the ceiling. Now, in the other versions, we go down because there's slippery platforms, but in this version, it's quicker to take this path.
Yeah, because on the bottom path you have to crouch.
Yeah.
And crouch walking or like getting to the other part of the screen while crouching is extremely slow. You just saw it there for a split second, so.
Alright, I'm gonna opt to wait here. Like, if you just hold right here, you get hit 3 times, but since I've already gotten hit once, I'm just gonna take it slow. Okay. The fastest way to get past there is just holding right, and you get hit 3 times by the hammers, but it's faster than waiting. Alright, so there is a really hard trick in the other versions, but in this version it's really easy. There's these spiky balls, and you can literally just hit through them with your fist and hit the cage. It's coming up really soon.
In the other versions you have to get onto the cloud, wait there for a split second, then walk right into the bottom spikes, turn at the same time, jump back up there. So to get through the blue balls there, through the blue spikes. So
yeah, and for example, there you saw how high I can jump. I don't even have to hang to make that jump there. Alright, so normally you need to do this level twice, but we can actually, even in this version, avoid that with a really cool trick. Basically, if you hit a ring, you can actually jump again after hitting it. So that's really cool. We can use that to our advantage on the next screen. Also, the first intentional death is coming up, so that one doesn't count.
Yep. This one is to just get the cage and not have to go back up. So you basically respawn at the checkpoint, the photographer that he took there, and so he doesn't have to go back up, which is way slower than just dying.
I also need to make sure to not get close to edges while standing on the rocket, because then I just go on the edge and the rocket just keeps going. So I need to make sure to not do that.
And for example, one big difference again here on the screen, there is a trick called zip in the other versions, which basically allows you, by aligning yourself and jumping in a certain way, right before you go into the second part of the flying, flying up with the thingy there, with the rocket. If you align yourself correctly and jump and crouch, I think it was, you get dragged through the whole sprites and through the whole level just to the top, right where the end sign is. So you don't have to do the second part, of the flying stage.
All right, here it's pretty important we keep our speed fist because we actually need it to do this trick here. So we don't want to get hit. We hit the ring, and then we hit it again from here, and then we jump right after hitting it in the ring, and then we get over there. That's the only way to get that cage. It's actually a pretty cool way to get it.
Well, but harder than just holding up.
Yeah, this is actually harder than the other version. Well, casually, this is the hardest one, but I think speedrun-wise, if you're used to the mechanics and how you move, I think this is the easiest speedrun because there is almost no tricks. But still, this is a super hard casually. Even I've been speedrunning Rayman 1 in general for 3 years or 4 years.
Longer, I guess.
Yeah, 4 years, I think. And I started this version a year ago. Oh yeah, you do this different. And I still game overed on this version. It's just that hard casually.
So,
right, yeah, go ahead.
What you can do, again, to just explain the differences so you know them, what you can do in the PlayStation version is jump on the bongos, and right on the peak of the bongo's height, you just jump over the pipe that he just went over.
The flute, yeah.
The flute, exactly. And the thing is, you can just drop down directly to the cloud, go up, boost through the blue spikes that are not here in the version, but in other versions. Take the cage and then death abuse back up to the beginning. So you completely avoid that.
Also, photographers, I jump over them because if I run past them, you automatically take the checkpoint here. In the other versions, you need to actually stop. But here it doesn't matter. Like you can keep holding the right button past it, and you will take the picture. Even if you have the running ability, we still want to jump over the checkpoints to avoid taking them. It's the only way to avoid it, which is something pretty interesting. All right, here we jump over the ensign because there is one more cage down.
So this is one cage that I think everyone who first plays this game will miss it in the first run.
Probably.
So yeah.
Because yeah, you're like so happy. Oh, I found the ensign, and then yeah, they just want to hit the ensign and leave. Ah, damn, that was not what I wanted to do.
So normally what you want to do is when you get hit, just turn into the other direction. So you get like boosted slightly and pushed slightly into the direction you want to go. So
yeah, that's what I tried, but I got hit actually by the right spike from the left side, so I still got pushed to the left. That's what happened there. All right, here we're just gonna hold right. We get hit twice here, which is still faster than waiting. But we get a P orb right there, so all I have to do is pass this without getting hit, which shouldn't be an issue. Here it might seem really close to getting hit, but it's not that bad. All right. Here is actually a P orb in the other versions, but it's not here. So I'm gonna opt for this one here to drop down. Also, normally there's a fairy here because you can go small in the other versions, but you cannot go small here. So all the levels that require small Rayman are slightly adjusted to make up for not being able to be small Rayman. All right, Allegro, probably the most hypest level.
yeah, normally there's a big clip in the beginning of this level where you can just like by ducking in a precise point with a precise speed. I don't think is the speed precise for the trick.
Nah, it's just impossible. I think if you're too fast, I don't think it's possible then.
So what you basically do is clip through the ground right in front of the cage, so you don't have to walk down or like boost yourself down because this is slippery, so it's way faster than walking. But you don't have to go like the long way down. You can just clip through it and just get the cage.
Also, right here, I have a gold fist. If I get hit once, my gold fist is dead, is gone. Now the gold fist is really handy in the next screen. So this is the hardest part to get past, and I guess I didn't punch. I was gonna punch, but I didn't. So yeah, now I don't have a gold fist. There are some enemies coming up that you cannot actually jump over, and you need to do quite some hits to kill them. But yeah, which is way faster with a gold fist because then you do more damage, but rip gold fist. If you get hit once, it's over. Especially in the next screen, there's going to be trumpets as well, where we cannot jump over either. So it would have been nice to get a gold fist for that as well, but nope. This is probably the hardest screen on this version. Also because if you die, you only have 3 HP. So it's really hard to get to the bottom here with only 3 HP. But I just make it look easy, honestly.
So
I really want that cage. Okay.
So in the other versions, you basically take a slightly different route. You first go to the very right of the screen, get the cage there, get like bounced back by a wall there, and then take the other cage.
Yeah, because you move really fast in the other versions because all of this is slippery. So also this next screen is edited as well. Which is pretty cool. We actually start with a jump to get immediate speed from that, and now we can abuse the system a little bit. We can actually jump high enough to catch these, but not anymore now. And now we actually need to jump as the trumpets hit, and this is like really hard to do because you need to press it just hard enough. Also, hanging in this game is really hard, so it's pretty hard to time how much you need to press it. And then at the end, there is a disappearing cloud. Which everyone falls for, and they're like, "Yeah, I finally made it!" And then the disappearing cloud disappears when they try to jump on it. and then they have to go all to do. They have to start from the start again.
We do
But
everything.
that was really good. I got every trumpet on the first try, which is pretty good. This is yeah. And with a gold fist here, you can kill them instantly. And with this white fist, you need to hit them twice, or you can just damage boost as well. Blast it.
So yeah, some screens, for example here, are gonna be maybe a little bit easier than the PlayStation version, at least for casual gamers in this case. But I also think for speedrunners, because there are some tricks or like some platforms there that are really small and are slippery, so you easily fall off them, which cannot happen in this version.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. All right, we're gonna actually jump over him. The hitboxes of the enemies are actually pretty small, so even though I was like inside of his gun, I still didn't get hit. Ah, damn. I'm actually supposed to jump and not hit the little platform because they, as you can see, they drop off, and now I need to wait for the spawn. I can just fake jump to the right normally, but I kind of just forgot. But yeah, this part is way harder in the other versions because of the slippery physics that are not in here. Gonna actually charge up the fist to do enough damage to actually kill the hunter in one shot.
because well, there it's just easier to charge up instead of trying to hit him multiple times.
Yeah. Especially with a white fist, which we don't have anymore now. Alright, here you can see the magic of the jump height.
Also here, you would have been made small normally in the other version, so...
Yeah. Also, they really like hunters in this game. Let's count them together. That was 1, 2. Not done yet. 3, 4, 5,
Damn, they really like the hunters there.
6. That's it.
That's it? Okay.
6 hunters. Crazy. Yeah, especially this part is really hard with slippery physics, but we don't have to care about that now. Gonna wait here to play it safe. Now we're gonna fake jump to the left and then spawn the end sign. Now there is no final screen here. Like, this screen is completely cut. We go straight to Batilla. In the other versions, there is another screen here where you also meet Mr. Sax. And we actually skip Mr. Sax. So in this version, you actually never see Mr. Sax, which is like a saxophone boss you can skip. The reason you can skip it is because it's on the second screen of the level, and all the cages are in the first screen. So what we can do is we get all the cages, we die, and then we hit the end sign, and then we can actually just continue. The game doesn't track whether you have killed Mr. Sax or not. Now here's the weird thing. There is the second to last level also has that. It also has an end sign, and it also has all the cages on the first screen, but on that one you need to kill to actually, in order to unlock the last level. So that's pretty weird. I don't know. Also in this version you can go here without the running ability. In the other versions you can't, except for PC. So we actually get 3 cages here, and then we get the rest when we have the running ability. So yeah, which is faster.
So yeah, the cage up there is normally extremely hard to get. Basically, no running ability, you just simply can't make it. Or at least, don't even think I've seen it yet.
Without the running ability, it's literally impossible. With the running ability, it's still really hard. Unless you know exactly where to jump, exactly where to helicopter, and exactly where to punch. Then it's easy. Alright. Cycles are a bit different here. Need to do some jump punches here to avoid these guys. Another jump punch right here. Alright. And now there is Mr. Stone. He's gonna chase us. And his walking sounds are great.
So yeah, what you can do in this what you can do in the other versions, not in this version, is what can you even do in this version?
You can walk, speed walk,
and run. Slightly faster.
Yeah.
No, so what you can do here, that's later on. You can basically duck in front of Mr. Stone right at the edge and can just hold pressing down, and he just boosts you, like similar to how ring boosting is, over the spikes there that Fex is in right now. So you just get boosted right into the rings.
Yeah, on the other versions, those spikes instantly kill you.
Yeah.
But on this versions, it doesn't. So you can just take the damage boost like I did. So yeah, the other cages we get whenever we get the running ability, which is not this level, but the one after that.
Yeah, so it's gonna be basically after the Mr. Stone fight, so after we fight the boss that we have seen just right now.
Another intentional death here, which is faster than going back to the left.
Yeah, because respawning is always faster than just walking a huge amount back to get it.
Yeah.
We will see that a couple of times where he takes a photograph or so and death abuses.
Yeah, in this level as well.
Just to get the cage like, he doesn't get the cage faster, but he gets back from that cage to the location where he has to be.
Now there is multiple exits in this version. Now we're actually gonna go for this one because we can just drop down and go to the end sign here. But there is another one if we keep on the cloud, but it's really slow, so we opt for this one. There's a few screens in this game that actually have multiple exits. Ah, damn. Well, I get a refill on the HP here anyway. So we move here to spawn this cloud, and because there is a cage here. Also, the game really likes hunters. You'll see soon what I mean.
Well, and here, at least in the PlayStation 1 version, as soon as you walk through there, there's not a hunter jumping, but a huge ton of anti-tunes there, so...
Well, on this version as well, but I jump over the trigger.
Oh, so you can do that in this version.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you can do something in this version.
Yeah, see?
Also, jump punching, actually, your fist doesn't reach as long, so that cage I just got, you can actually do a jump punch to reach it, but on this version, yeah, your punch doesn't reach that far, so you cannot do it. Also, jumping over the hunter again to avoid taking the checkpoint. And there's a little auto-scroller here that nobody knows why.
Well, I think there was a theory by the Rayman guys that it's just made so you can reload certain parts of the screen or has time to load them, but...
I guess.
Yeah, but... I don't really think that's the reason. Just wanted to put an auto-scroller there, so yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so on this screen there's gonna be another intentional death with a photographer again. Also, this is an oversight. Since we can jump so high, we can just do that. On the other versions, we can do that as well, but we need a damage boost to actually push us slightly higher than the normal jump height. Also, I shouldn't have gotten that P. Also, to spawn this cage, you actually need to run off the cloud. Which is another difference. In the other version, you can just hug the right side of it, and you will actually spawn the cage.
So what he's gonna do here now is just take the photographer, go back down where we have seen that the cage is spawned, take the cage, and then just get killed by the blue spike. To just go back to the checkpoint, so he's further up in the screen to get to the end faster.
Yep. Now, optimally, I only had 1 HP when I was at the cage, but whatever. Once again, on this part, you need to run off this little platform I'm dropping off right now to spawn the cage. Now I'm gonna take a damage boost right there to get past that section a bit quicker. And then, yeah, we had 1 spare HP.
A little bit close.
Yeah, it's fine. We get a P in the next screen anyway. We need to move to the left to spawn the cage there. We just have, we barely have enough time to do it like the other versions, where we punch, then we spawn the cage, and then we take it when the punch comes back to us.
So,
All right.
Mr. Stone's Peak.
Yep.
So what you get here is an ability that you will see a couple of times in this game, not that often, but you can use your hair as a helicopter, as you've seen, but he gives you a potion in the beginning where you can just fly infinitely. So you can helicopter infinitely in this level and certain other levels of this game.
Yeah, but you only get it for this screen, which is pretty weird. Also, you move really fast in this version with it. And it's pretty hard to control when you first do it.
Yeah.
But it gets easier if you know how to control it. Ooh, that was close. Alright, one more cage down here. Yeah, this part is pretty annoying. Here I usually just take some damage boosts. Okay, never mind. That was pretty good. Alright. Now this next screen is normally you have to use your helicopter hair to cut down some ropes, but it's not in this version. Just skip that screen. But normally there is actually a cage on that screen, so they actually had to put the cage in a different location here, and they actually put it in the most annoying location, like, I don't know, in the most scummy position ever. You'll find that out later. Also on this screen there is my first potential death, which is unintentional, coming up. Because we need, like I've told before, we need to hang twice in a row after this next auto-scroller to be able to move on. And hanging in this game is very unreliable. If we die, we need to do both auto-scrollers again, which is a lot of time lost as well. So not only do we die, but we lose a lot of time as well. So yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah?
Let's pray to the hanging lords. Please.
Let's hope this game is responsive.
Alright, it's coming up right here, right here. I need to hang twice. Once. Twice, yes, okay. That actually makes me extremely happy. Alright.
Me as well, trust me.
You have no idea. Oh my god. Alright. Yeah, this, damn. You can actually jump past it without getting hit in a really weird way. The hitbox is really weird there. Well, we didn't do it here.
So yeah, here's snow again, and you still don't yeah, walk faster or have ice physics.
Yep.
Which you have in other versions here, so...
Yep, in all of them except for this one.
Yeah.
Alright, so the really scummy cage is the last one we get in this level. You'll see why it's scummy. Alright, here we're gonna do some damage boosts. Take the speed. And then just scroll past. Full HP again. Once again, trying to not take the photographer. We jump down here to get this cage.
So I think another difference is that what you can do in other versions is what you can do in other versions is what you can do in other versions is basically helicopter before hitting like a bouncy cloud and get max height instantly.
Yeah,
So,
it doesn't work. It doesn't work that way here. You actually get a worse jump there. Or you get like an instant jump and you don't even press anything, which is really weird. Also here, you jump really high, so you can just hang right there.
And skip the little anti-tunes.
Also, the helicopter sound sometimes gets stuck. But you just have to helicopter again to get rid of that. All right, here's the scummy cage. Just before you hit the end sign, it spawns to the left.
In the PlayStation version, for example, there's a live spawning there, so it's not that big of a deal, but...
Yeah. All right, here we have to wait. If we hit it too fast, it will miss Mr. Stone. And we actually have to wait pretty long to hit it again, so we have to wait there a little bit. Now in this version, yeah, you cannot speed this fight up, so this fight is pretty boring in this version. Like in the other versions, he throws the balls from up as well. In the other version, you can jump onto them, and then on the damage boost, you can jump from the boulder up high enough to hit the middle thing again, but that's not possible in this version.
Yeah.
And in this version, he doesn't even throw the balls horizontally either. In the other versions, he does throw an horizontal ball, and you can actually jump on that mid-air, but yeah, he doesn't do that here. So the only time we can hit him is when he does that. So this fight is really slow. It loses a lot of time versus the other version, and is a big reason why this version is so much slower than the other ones.
How much is it slower right now? Like 15 minutes or something like that?
Well, my PB is a 133, and my best on the PS1 is a 119, so it's quite a lot.
Yeah, almost 15 minutes.
Yeah, and this version is not that optimized though, so I think this version can still go down by like 2-3 minutes.
Maybe we find something in this game.
Maybe
even a lot more, but for that we need more runners of this game. So
yeah, getting this game on console is really expensive. I finally did the investment last BSG.
So yes, he's playing on a real Jaguar.
Yeah.
Here, so not an emulator with a controller or something like that. This is the real deal, guys.
The real deal.
So yeah, just waiting now.
Yeah,
all the time.
Basically.
So yeah, instead of when you see those falling down like the balls, instead of just going through them, right on top of them and hitting, wait, that's it.
Just wait. Well, at least we can do cool stuff like instant kill these dogs.
So
and then
yeah,
wait.
Going to the last hit.
Yep, and then we get the running ability. We can finally run. Like 42 minutes into the game, we can finally run.
That's quite good.
Yeah. So now at this point you lose the grimace on the other versions, but on this one you can still do grimace because it's a completely different key.
And the sound is funnier.
Yeah, there is no galloping sound. Like you don't hear a sound if you run.
I mean like the grimace.
Oh right, yeah, there's no sound at all here.
Oh.
Yeah, no sound at all.
It was the Japanese version that sounded so weird.
Yeah,
oh, right.
Yeah,
like
exactly. In the Japanese. Yeah, it's very cute actually. All right, so now we're gonna go back to the left, but before we can move, we have to wait until the next level is actually spawned, so we can't move until that happens.
And until the line is drawn there.
Yeah, exactly. So now it's drawn. Now we're gonna go and pick up all the cages we missed and skipped. Yeah, that's a weird damage boost that pretty much never works out.
And on this screen, I think you're also gonna death abuse. No,
no,
it's the next one. It's the next revisit. Or at least it is in other versions.
Yeah, because we do a different path here. We only have 3 cages to get. And then we just exit through the end sign to the left.
So yeah, from now on...
It doesn't actually matter which level I do first, but since we do this level first on the other versions, I do this one first here as well.
Yeah, and it's closer to the other levels, so, but it's still the same thing. You save time here and lose time the other way, so...
Yeah. Now the reason we actually do this level first in the other versions is because of a trick that we're not gonna explain. Since it's not possible in this version. Also, when at cage spawn, you can't actually hit it. Well, you can try, but you cannot break it until it's like spawned for like 2 seconds, which is pretty weird. You'll see it coming up really soon.
So yeah, the strat he means, if you want to look it up, is speed storage. It's quite
oh,
yeah, complicated. At least for me, it's complicated. So I don't know why.
Okay, there we go.
And yeah, basically makes you go really, really fast at points in the game where you shouldn't be able to go really, really fast. So yeah, just look up his tutorials. Or watch his runs, and you can see it there if he does a PlayStation 1 run. So yeah, and he also explains it in the tutorial. So yeah.
All right, let's take this easy. All right. Now for another auto-scroller. If there is anything the host wants to say, go ahead. Right now.
Yeah, I would like to remind everyone that you are watching the Benelux Speedrunner Gathering, which is a monthly speedrunning event we hold here in the Netherlands. Of course, anyone from anywhere is welcome to join us as well for our monthly marathons. And if you are looking for something a little bit longer than a month, than a weekend, you can also check out our annual, which is held from the August of 18th through the 26th of August, which is a week-long marathon. The schedule of that marathon will be announced at the end of the stream tomorrow. So if you want to check that one out, be sure to stick around. Of course, as per usual, we are a beneficiary of the Dutch Cancer Society, which is an organization that works towards better medication for people. I can't even get out through my words today. I'm very sorry. It's been a long day.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Perfect timing.
Okay, good.
All right, more slippery platforms that are not slippery.
At least we can run now, so...
Yeah. Things are a little bit quicker, at least.
Oh yeah, here are also quite a lot of strats that you can do on the screen, like certain clips and so on, but no.
Not here.
You have to take the long route.
Yeah. Oops. I guess I'll take the P here. Oh.
Never mind.
Okay. So, on the second screen of this level, there is normally a boss fight, but like I said, we actually skipped that photographer on purpose, so that as soon as we get the first or like the last cage on this screen, we just dead abuse, and then we exit through the exit sign. And then we actually skip the boss.
Yeah, because otherwise you would have just to fight him, which loses a lot of time. So
yep.
If you really want to see him in any way also being fought, just watch 6%. So
yeah,
that's like a category, like kind of like a fun category, which is also quite short. I think like 20 minutes, something around something like that.
Yep.
Where the goal is just to fight this boss and to defeat him.
Yeah, since we skip him every run, we made up a category just to kill him.
And to show him as well, so...
Yep.
So yeah.
Oh wow, how did I hit the cage there? Damn, that was really low.
And one more thing for a life.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yay.
Yay.
I don't want to lose my gold fist. Okay. I know, I'm gonna lose it soon anyway, but...
But still, it's gonna make, till the point where he's losing it, it's gonna be making it easier.
Yeah, because there's a moth coming up that we have to kill slightly quicker once again, because can't really jump over him.
So in the other version, right on top of there where the monks were, you don't actually really have to go there the way around. There's also a clip there where you can just go through the bottom or through the ground and basically just land on them directly without having to go like to the right and to the left again.
All right. Now we get the final cage, and then we actually do another intentional dead abuse to get back up and then exit. And now we're gonna clean up the forest. And we actually run on the world map, as you have seen. On the other versions, you walk.
So yeah, this is one of the screens where the strat we mentioned
Oh, wow, okay.
is being used just to not have to take the plum here and just get on top to get the cage really fast. So
Yeah, once again, something you cannot do. A lot of stuff you cannot do here. But what you can do is pretty cool as this, if it works out. There we go. It's actually pretty hard. I don't know why it works out, but it does. Also, I should not have taken that P, because that abusing here is faster.
wait, are you on 0 lives?
Oh yeah, that's true actually. Okay, let's try to not die. Okay, nice. There we go. Yay. Now we're gonna get this cage like that. Alright. And I have live again. But I'm gonna lose it because I exit here. If you exit the if you exit the level, you go back. So, back to 0 lives. Alright, we actually need to punch the plum here. Because we cannot reach the left part without the plum.
So yeah, in the other versions you can just jump back again and...
But
yeah,
in this version, you can do that.
yeah, that's what I wanted to point out. You don't have to use the plum to swing up there.
Okay. Nice miss.
And losing 2 lives.
Yeah.
At least in other versions you can keep it.
And back to 1 life. Yeah, it's because I missed a life in Anguish Lagoon the first time in the auto-scroller. I usually pick up a life there, so that's why I'm on 0 lives right now. There is normally another life after this hunter, but it's not here in this version either.
More differences.
Yeah, there's a few lives that are not in the game. I think they realized how hard this game is, and then they just put some more lives into the game. I think that's how it was. Alright, well, I'm gonna wait really long before I jump on the plum, because yeah, like I said, if you punch a plum in the water, there's a few frames where the plum is actually underwater, and if you jump then, you just land in the water instead of on the plum.
So yeah, on this screen you basically just run through it. You don't have any cages left. You already took them the first time you went through.
Yep.
If you think about it, you don't even have to take them like the first time you go through it, because it would be the same time basically if you take them now. So that's like a plus. If you miss a cage there or something like that in the beginning, you can still get it and not lose time.
Yep. We don't need to actually punch the little ball there, this version. Alright, another intentional that abuse coming up.
And back to 0 lives.
Yep. Although I should have actually had less health here, but it's still faster to die here. Alright, here I might actually get my first unintentional, or my second unintentional death. Because if you jump slightly too late off of these pencils, you actually just run off, which happens quite often to me. Let's hope it doesn't happen now. Also, there's a big troll in this game on this this particular one. Oh, okay. Sometimes it just disappeared, like you just saw, and sometimes if you hit it, it goes straight towards you. Oh, that was actually
That was
pretty
really
lucky.
close, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna opt to get the infinite helicopter here. Yeah, which I think is even faster than doing it the other way. Because you go so fast in this helicopter.
Well, and that was also a dumb trap again. That if you just drop down in the wrong way, you just go into the next level, and yeah, you have to replay it, which loses a whole lot of time. So yeah.
Also coming up after this screen, there is a big redesign. Also, there is a lot of pencils missing here. And once again, normally you take a ferry here to go small Rayman, but here they redesigned it so you can get this cage without requiring it. But yeah, on the next screen, it's gonna look very different from what you're used to. Since this game has been shown on BSG so many times, I think you know sort of what the levels look like.
Someone shaking their head.
Alright, it's good that I still have 2 HP, because otherwise I had to dead abuse. Because I will use 1 HP coming up to get a cage way easier than... oh, okay. I forgot to punch. Okay. Alright, here is where I'm gonna use the HP.
Ooh.
No, I'll make it.
Oh, nice.
Alright, skipping the photographer once again.
Always looks closer than it actually is.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Iframes last pretty long. Okay. I remember the hole there. Okay. Your hunter here. And there's gonna be a life soon, so I'll be on 3 HP again soon. Okay. Ooh. Scary. All for the 50 euros.
Don't do that anymore. Either you die or don't die. You're giving me a heart attack here. So.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
That was accidental. That's what I mean. Also, it seems random here, but maybe you've seen those blinking dots on the last platforms. They will actually decide which ones are safe to run on, because the other ones have all like instant death ones. There's some crazy music in the background.
Wait.
Now, there's something cool you can do here. Like, normally you cannot jump high enough to hit the bucket, but you can actually on this version. So you can get both of these clowns up relatively quickly already. And I can hit both of them at the same time, and which is pretty fast compared to the other versions.
Yeah, you always hit them and they don't really get hit. Like, you punch them, but they don't lose any HP.
Yeah, and you have to kill the bottom one before you can hit the bucket in the other versions. But the negative side is that you cannot do extra hits here. In the other versions, you can jump into her, and then you get pushed high enough so you can hit her again, but it's not possible in this version. So yeah, it's another really long fight.
Okay. So, yeah, there's also a strat for the other consoles here to speed up the fight as well. Right in the end, softlock strats.
Yeah,
So,
not in here.
Yeah. Basically what you do when the last knife of the fight flies down, you try to damage boost into it and hit, give the boss the hit right when the knife leaves the screen or left the screen. If you mess that up, your game will just simply softlock.
Yep.
So, yeah, that can't happen here.
If you think something can happen or something is possible, it's not possible here, basically.
The good things as well as the bad things. The music here is getting even crazier right now.
Yeah. Alright, so in the next screen there is normally a dead abuse, but we don't do that here. Well, we could potentially, but it's actually pretty hard to do the skip we would do on the other versions, so I'm not gonna do it. Alright, that's it for eraser planes.
And now pencil pentathlon.
Yep.
Pentathlon. Yeah, never mind.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Alright, not gonna do the dead abuse. Okay. Like normally you grab, if you look quickly down, there's an end sign there. It's actually standing on top of a platform that you can hang on to, and you can barely stand next to the end sign and jump up. But it's very easy on this game to hit the end sign accidentally, so I just choose this way. Also, they made this part a little bit wider, but you can pass through here in any version anyway. So I don't know why they did that. Also, a slight difference here is you can jump from this pen all the way up there, which is not possible in the other versions. And upcoming is a jump. If I don't jump late enough, I will not make the jump. So I need to make sure to jump really late. Off of this platform right here.
So normally here you
Okay.
will get a lot of speed from the ink and can just helicopter right to the end sign. Or no,
not
right.
the end sign.
Not the end sign. That's
would be
another.
crazy.
That's another one. Yeah, there's also like, where was it with the slope where you can just helicopter?
Oh,
through the bottom.
that's on the last screen
Yeah,
here.
right.
Yeah. Gonna grab the speed here.
Like I've seen this game hundreds, if not thousands of times, and the runs to it, and I also practice the game, and I still get confused with the screens. I don't know why.
Little damage boost there.
So there's also something called pantsless in the other versions.
Not here.
Not here. So basically, pantsless just means that you make it through there without having really to stop, like make it through all the pencils without having, to slow down, stop, or otherwise.
Originally called pencilless, but a guy named Zer_91 understood it as what, pantsless, and since then it's pantsless. Don't judge the Rayman community by the skip names. They're awesome. All right, not bad. Whoa, I'm
Well,
really close to the end.
That's really close, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sniffing his... All right. Nothing. All right, another evil cage here. Just before you hit the end sign, it spawns. So any person, any normal person would just hit the end sign. All right, here we just spam jump and hope for the best.
Bouncy
Yay.
frames.
Sometimes even if you spam jump, you don't make it, but thankfully we did.
Yeah, in the other ones, the screen is done a little bit different. You have to helicopter in a certain way through the erasers to not get boosted up again, and then take the cage.
This is a bit different as well. Also, I need to make sure to not hug the right side, as you can see, of the pencil, so that's why I stay to the left a little bit. Okay. Okay. A lot of pencils missing here as well. Now, on the other versions, you go down and take the slippery platforms, but on this version, it's quicker to just go back on top of these.
Yes, as we remember, there is nothing slippery in this game.
Yeah. So this is where the part is that you taught.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, earlier.
So normally, you can just like boost yourself there and go through the bottom right to the end sign, which is way faster than having to go up there and then down and so on, left, right. To just helicopter there.
Oops. another level that, or another screen, I mean, that has multiple exits. But since there is a cage really close to the top, it's faster to take the top one. In the PC version, you actually take the other one, because the cage we're about to take is not there. It's actually in a different place. The PC in general has a lot of different cage locations.
Well, like, I think there's like two major distributions of the cages, like PlayStation 1, Jaguar, Saturn, and there's like
PC,
PSI,
GBA,
GBA, PC, and so on.
Android.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So these are like the two groups of cage locations that you have, and within those versions that we told you, it's actually like that. Yeah, they're really close to each other in the whole different versions.
Another
Or even
hit
at
on
the same
purpose,
spot.
by the way, there. I got hit on purpose there to get the cage really fast, just like I did on the previous level.
And jumping over the end sign to get another cage.
Yeah. All right, here is another potential unintended death that I can get. Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Okay.
Okay,
That's not what I meant. Yes, okay, good.
nice.
That's the Stormer skip, which looks really weird in this version because there's no storm on this level. But yeah, on the other versions, that's called Stormer skip. But yeah, oh god. Oh, what?
I've never seen that.
Me neither. That was pretty cool, actually. All right, so in this version, we take this cage down here first. The reason we do that is because the next cage we get, we can actually crawl in between a space, which is not possible in this version. So taking this cage first is better. Also, this game really likes hunters. All right, so the cage we get in a little bit. I really want to have 2 HP as well, going back to the right. But yeah, in the other versions, there is this really dark platform coming up, like the dark purple. Here you can crawl in between a gap there, but there's no gap in this section. All right, this is why I wanted the extra HP, to get past that section a bit quicker. Now we're gonna take this P here though, just for safety.
So a lot of the strats in this version basically are just based around def abusing and damage boosting and so on, which brings a lot of more thought to this game because you always have to exactly calculate how much health you have left for which strats. So
this jump is really hard in this version. Come on. Please.
oh man, this is such a good run.
Oh my god. It is really good, yeah. Oh my god, come on. Come on, what the hell?
Oh,
Wow.
I
Okay.
think you should take the
No. I refuse. No. Well, you can do it like this as well, but it's... Oh my god. This is crazy. Please. Hang. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. Well, I might die here. I might die here. Hopefully not. Please. Okay. I might die here as well. Okay. Damn. All for the 50 euros. Still no unintentional death in before Jinx.
That's really impressive, to be honest. So
Yeah, it's not that bad. Damn, that jump was really bad. Okay. Alright, gonna spawn a cage here.
So yeah,
Okay.
in this level he has to go back again. Yeah, now he spawns this pencil sharpener. He has to go back again to respawn. Okay. He has to go up to spawn those rings in order to get up to get the last cage here. So yeah, it was
And
really
now-
close again.
Yeah, it was. It was. But thankfully, if you get hit here, you can helicopter again, and that actually can save you a lot of times. All right, Ace Space Mama. I'm actually not gonna grab that P yet.
You still have quite a lot
Yeah.
at this point, so yeah.
Also, yep.
So yeah, last boss fight before, Cave of Skulls.
Yep.
So yeah, which will be the last, or like kind of like second to last world in this game. So yeah, what did you want to say?
I wanted to say that this fight is not possible to speed up either. Like you see, no matter when I hit her, she will always do the animation again of the shoot. So it's best to hit her either as soon as possible or all the way at the end. Also, the pots are a bit higher up in this version, so I will not need to crawl here. It's not necessary. But yeah, we're gonna take that P when we actually need it.
And also, did you already mention that you can boost into her, kind of like to get multiple hits?
You can't do that regard. Oh, you mean the double hits?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, in the other versions, if you hit her as fast as you can, and then you actually make her turn around, her iframes will run out, and you can hit her again. But it's not possible in this version, obviously. So it's just here we're just gonna spam some hits. Now we're gonna take the speed.
So for those who are wondering how we know how much life there's left, because not a lot of people knew that, especially in the beginning, the washing machine has some lights there that light up after every like valid hit that you do. So that's how you can see like the HP of the washing machine and when it's going away.
Yep. I didn't know that until I was like speedrunning for like a year or something.
I think I also just heard it on your stream once, so...
Yeah, and even without the damage boost to get the double hits in, you can normally still hit her unintentionally because she fires 2 beams at you, and if you hit her, she does the 2 beams, and then you can hit her again. But on this version, she doesn't even do the 2 beam hit. She only fires 1 beam every time, so you can't even do that one. All right. Time for Crystal Palace.
And this level is gonna be a lot slower compared to the others.
Yep.
Just because of, the reason that you can't ring boost here.
Mm-hmm.
The major part of this level will be rings. So, you have to do it the normal way.
Yeah. What you can do, though, is you can hold run as you jump off rings, and you will actually get a speed boost for doing that, which is pretty cool. Also, because we can jump so high, I always take this polygrapher just for safety.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is like a screen that normally attracts like unintentional deaths.
Yeah.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
All right. Looks good. All right, not bad. Always gonna jump here, because you can run off these platformers as well, but the chance to get hit in this version while doing that is really high. So we're not gonna do it.
And also, you will notice that there's one platform falling down without a thing on it, which a lot of people oversee. That's just there to indicate you that there is something down there. But when you just play it casually, you don't really think about that. That might indicate something, so...
Another really close call, actually.
Ah, you're good. Oh.
Yeah, this is a bit different as well in this version. Since I said that if you helicopter after getting hit, you can make it really easily on that platform because you keep your heights and you can just use those invincibility frames because there are spikes on that little platform and then get through really easily.
So yeah, now getting the next cage, or better said, the
last
cage.
one. Yeah. Ooh.
Nice.
Ooh.
So not that much left of this level right now.
This part is pretty annoying, actually.
Yeah, in the other versions you can jump over the boulder.
What?
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
50 euros, guys.
Damn, what the hell was that? Wow, that was so weird. Damn. Now I have to do the whole thing again. RIP. I never died like that before.
Can I talk about donation incentives while you loop all the way back?
Go ahead.
Sure. Tomorrow we still have a couple of donation incentives open for the runs. We've got a donation incentive for my time at Portia, which is feed the cat to make him follow you, which is currently at 27 out of 75 euros. So if you are a cat lover and you want to feed the lovely little cat, be sure to donate towards that. You can also choose the main character name in the Sword Art Online run, which is currently set at Lava Boost at 28 euros and 80 cents. So if you want to see a better name than Lava Boosts, which is a lot of names if you ask me, be sure to donate for that one as well. You can also choose the main character gender, which is currently set at female at 10 euros, and the gender of the AI character is also female. So if you want to change that one around, be sure to donate for those.
So that was that. On to Eat at Joe's. Now, this first screen is really hard. There we go.
Normally you have like a cutscene there where he just like talks.
And this screen is dark in every version except for this one. It's not dark. So if you ever want to see Eat at Joe's when it's not dark, this is the version you need to play or watch. Gonna damage boost here. And there is a different gauge here as well. This gauge, for some reason, is in this version. This gauge is also in PC. Now we're gonna take all the clouds because that one is disappearing.
And jumping over the hunter.
Yep, another hunter.
Also, what I forgot to say, the donation from my side goes towards Runner's Choice.
I don't know yet what I would want for that.
I heard there was a cat that needed its
Yeah,
food.
but that's my run, so...
So?
Oh! Let's wait. Oh god, doing this with 1 HP. That's gonna be a challenge.
Do I smell 100 euros?
You.
Oh! What?
I said like 50 euros no matter if he dies, 50
Oh,
euros.
okay.
Ah, wow.
I don't really have that much money, so...
Aww.
As much as if I would love to help out with yeah,
The cause.
good cause, yeah.
No,
Oh
that's
boy.
okay.
1 HP again. Oh boy. Oh! Facepalm.
Imagine like 50 euros for every death now.
Yeah, that would be pretty crazy.
I would have no more money to go home.
It's pretty hard to play this game when you die. You only respawn with 3 HP, which is really low. Alright, we waited long enough now. So that means we have 2 HP for this part at least. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
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 Negative.
Thankfully, there is a lot less anti-tunes there.
And a P there.
Yeah. Oh. And there's a random anti-tune there on this platform where the cage is at.
Yeah, these rings are also extremely hard.
Not in this version.
and, yeah, in other versions.
Yeah. They pretty much designed it for this version, I think, and then, yeah, they didn't realize how hard they are on the other versions.
Also,
Because-
what you can do here is when you got the cage, just clip through the ground, which is also,
No.
who would have thought, not possible.
Not possible in this one, no.
So, yeah. After this, like the last level of Scops, where we actually fight him, and then if everything went right and we have all cages, that means we go to the last level.
Yep. You need all the cages in this game to actually be able to go to the final level.
So yeah, the thing is like, no matter how you want to beat the game, it will always be 100%, so you can like truly beat it.
Yeah. But it's still any percent.
Because we skip Mrs. X.
Well, 100% is also any percent.
Yeah.
Oh no! What am I doing?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I don't know why I did that. Damn. Throwing the run. It started out so good.
Yeah.
Please don't get hit. Okay.
Let's see. But it's still a good time, to be honest.
Yeah, it's not bad. Oh god, these guys. Yeah. That's why I jumped and hovered earlier to avoid them.
So what did you say is your current PB?
133. But yeah, I lost a lot of time because of the deaths were really bad. I had to redo so much. So we'll see. But the start was really good. Basically until Crystal Palace. It was really good. Also in the other versions there is actually a life if you jump over that spiky ball, but it's not in here.
That would have come in handy at this point.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So yeah, if he dies now, he will have to use his first continue in this game. So yeah, I don't think we want it to happen.
Nah, it loses some more time. Although this part is pretty hard to get by.
So in the other versions, you can just
Okay.
hang there on the corner. Don't know, is it possible here,
No.
or is it too hard?
No, it's not possible.
Because you mentioned like the worst hanging mechanics.
Yeah,
And so,
but
yeah.
you instantly die if you try to hang there, so... The hitbox of the spikes are bigger here. The last screen is actually pretty hard as well in this version. Because you need to jump pretty late on the balls that are in the water. And yeah, if you jump a little bit too late, you just run in the water, so...
Yeah, this is like
Can be
the,
tough.
the next screen is like a beginner player's worst nightmare and still my nightmare. So, so yeah, like I don't even want to count how many times I've game overed on that screen. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah. First speedruns I did, I always died on this screen. Multiple times.
Well, there's still some strats on the screen on the other versions which are extremely hard.
Yeah.
Which also easily could land you in the water.
Yeah, here you don't really jump that high, so you need to do this part like that. Otherwise, you don't really make it to the other balls. Here I actually need to wait until the ball is all the way to the right of me, otherwise I don't make this jump.
And he always jumps up there and hovers in the air, so basically the purple fish doesn't get him.
Yeah.
Because that fish just knocks him off and he's basically dead.
Now, actually in this version, if you get hit, once again, you can just helicopter and it's actually pretty safe. So you're,
okay.
yeah, this version is pretty easy that way.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Gonna wait long enough here. See, this is an example.
Yeah. Well, that's actually awesome.
Yeah, it
Think about
is. Okay, I wasn't sure if I could jump yet. Also, hammers coming from right and left, but no hunters. I don't know how. Okay, time for scops. Even though there is an end sign here, in the other versions there is no end sign here. Even even if you get all the cages and you use the end sign, you still can't enter the last level for some reason.
Yeah, because it somehow just checks for the final boss if you have beaten him, not for the other bosses.
Yeah.
I think, which version was it? I think the PC version? Or which one was it where you can actually exit the level without having to fight him?
Yeah, in PC you can skip him.
So yeah, would save quite some time, but well, it has
Not
to be
in
done.
here.
Yeah, has to be done. So yeah, but the fight is actually not that hard, I would say. Like, a lot of people don't, if you know how to do it, like, a lot of people don't know how to do the fight when they first try to play it. But I think we're gonna explain more in detail why it is so, or quite easy to fight him. Because there's actually some good keywords you could follow, or like visual things, so you can hit him more strategies, which are extremely easy. So
You mean the scops fight?
exactly.
Yeah. Right, just moving now to the top. Going to him. This is another part where it's random. He will drop the platforms down in a random order. Now, in the other versions, you can actually jump to the right of him and respawn them when they have dropped down. Because after he's dropped all of them, he will actually come to the edge, and you need to hang on this little thing.
So basically, you just walk into him, get boosted, or like, sorry. So basically, what you do, you just jump into him, get boosted, and because you get out of the loaded part of the screen and go back in it, it basically reloads the red platform.
Yep. Yeah, and here the cycles are a bit different as well. Which ones he knocks off. And now he's extremely fast. You don't actually need to grab the rings.
So now for the actual boss fight.
Yeah, now you can actually do hits on him. We actually need to redirect his hits. So as soon as he hits, we will hit. And then it instantly redirects to him.
So yeah, you just have to follow the blue orb. Or better said, the blue orb just follows your fist.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know that in the beginning, and they try to avoid the blue orb and everything. And
yeah, and they try to hit him like that, and it doesn't work.
yeah. So basically, just look at the orb, throw the fist where you want the orb to go, and that's basically it.
Yeah. And then the next level, which is the last level, is actually a lot different from the other versions. Like, there's going to be elements that are not shown, like objects and enemies that are not shown in any other of the other versions at all. It's pretty interesting. All right, that was that.
So now up to the last level where we kinda fight Mr. Dark.
Yeah. Alright, so we got all the cages, so the last level unlocks. But we have to wait until all the lines are drawn. Now there is no pan screen, so...
Yeah, because no slippery physics.
Yeah, that would be weird. But yeah, these forks and stuff and these knives are all not in the other versions. And this is just a completely different level that is just completely not into the other versions at all. Gonna go here, wait for the ting noise, and then go back. Because we needed to spawn something. We spawned this cloud that is moving now. Now we need to move left a little bit, jump over this guy to spawn something to the right.
So if you guys are asking yourself how he does know that he spawned something, there's basically, you can also hear it, it's like a little ding that you can hear, which just simply indicates that something spawned somewhere.
Yeah.
And if you know what it exactly is, that is getting spawned, perfect. Know where to go.
Yep. Okay, now we have to hang a couple times, but so far I've not been screwed over on these hangs at least. Okay, good. The second screen is a bit harder because of one particular part. Since we have a gold fist, we can instantly kill him. And then we spawn the ensign by jumping up.
And
this screen is a bit harder.
96 tings, so 4 more tings and you got alive.
Yay.
Yay.
There is one part that is really hard here. I'll tell you when. Also, a gold fist is nice to have. Hopefully I don't lose it. Because I will be needing to use them. I'll need it, I mean. Kill some enemies. Hey, some more hunters.
There are two hunters.
Yeah.
Let's see if there are more.
There are more.
Oh.
Don't you worry. Alright, this is the part where I wanted the gold fist. Oh, hanging. Okay. There is a lot of enemies here, which I can just kill in one shot.
Was number 3?
There is one more, which I will damage boost in. Because I cannot reach with a jump punch. Okay, this is the hardest part of this level. I'm gonna helicopter as long as I can. Helicopter as long as I can there as well, and then I can reach it. And hopefully time this correct. Okay, good. Alright. If I jump quicker there, it will... You know, the ring will start moving left, and if I grab it, I get hit by the fork, and I will instantly drop down. Also, clown skip is really hard. It's really easy in this version because you jump really high. You can just make it.
And also, you've seen Mr. Dark in the beginning, so he throws an orb at you, and basically what it does, it looks kind of funny when you're looking at his hands. Basically, the controls are reversed. So left is right, left is right, and right is left.
Yep.
There we go. Which makes it a little bit harder to play this level. But what do you expect? It's Rayman, an already hard game, and it's the last level of it. So, but you kind of get used to it quite fast.
Yeah. And this right here, the part I moved a little bit to the left was where left is left again and right is right again. And here we move automatically.
So he basically can't stop running. He doesn't even have to press like left
Run.
or right. He
run, yeah.
Yeah, he just presses jump and that's it.
Yeah. Also in this version, like not now, but at other points when you have the running ability, you need to actually hold it constantly to keep running. In the other versions, you can just press it once, and if you keep holding right, you will keep run and you can let go of run. But here you need to keep holding it to run. Alright, entering the final boss fight. Time is coming up in 2 minutes from now. I need to jump here a few times and then do some avoidance here.
And this boss fight will consist of like 3.5 phases, I would say. Like, this is kind of like a phase, and then like 3 real fighting phases, which are kind of like morphs of the other bosses, and we will see a little bit of Mr. Sax here. Even though not the whole of it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's a reconstruction. You see in the back those windows. That's all the bosses. And the second one is Mr. Sax, which we have not seen in this run at all. So yeah, upcoming is a second phase. We can only do 1 hit per turn. In the other versions, you can go up to 4 hits. But here, you not only need to jump as late as possible over the claw he throws, because otherwise he goes into block mode. You can only get 1 punch in. But here, the health bar is shared between this phase and the next phase, so I only have to get half the hits done here.
And also at the Mosquito, right in the end, you can do multiple hits. So if you get it on a certain pixel and on a certain frame, your hit done, you can actually hit the last phase multiple times.
But not in here.
Not in here, exactly. So what was the highest that someone got?
6, I think.
Whoa. 6 out of 8, just to...
6 out of 8 in a row, yeah. All right, time coming up pretty soon on the last hit. On the last hit, he goes Berserker mode and he jumps really fast.
So yeah, 2 more hits.
Oh, wow.
And
okay.
afterwards,
1
that's
HP.
time.
And time.
That's actually okay.
That's all right. Yeah, the deaths I had were really long and bad deaths, so I could have potentially gotten a world record here, but I ripped it. But yeah, this is Rayman Atari Jaguar. Thank you, Pody, for joining me on the couch.
Thank you for having me here.
I'll be back tomorrow with my time at Porsche. Please donate for that donation incentive. It's a really cute kitten.
You know what?
Want to see that?
Okay, you want to know what? The 50 euros for my part go to the kitten.
Okay. So that's almost net then.
I get a thumbs up here.
All right, cool. Thanks for
Perfect.
watching, everyone. Enjoy the marathon.
Bye.
And thank you very much for that run, Thextera.